Yellowstone National Park, it's famous for geysers, grizzlies, and let me check my notes. Yes, a super volcano. Yes, you heard that right. Beneath the stunning vistas and the roaming wildlife lies a geological wonder that could change the world as we know it. Beneath all that natural beauty lies a slumbering giant. This supervolcano is a ticking time bomb, a colossal force of nature that has the potential to reshape the landscape in ways we can hardly imagine. We're talking a volcano so big, so powerful, it makes Mount St. Helens look like a hiccup. When Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980, it was a monumental event, but compared to the Yellowstone Supervolcano, it was just a minor disturbance. Don't worry, it hasn't erupted in a very, very long time. The last major eruption was over 640,000 years ago, and scientists believe it's not likely to erupt anytime soon, but the mere presence of such a force beneath our feet is enough to give anyone pause. But you know, it's something to think about while roasting marshmallows over a volcanic hot spring. Imagine sitting there, enjoying the warmth and the beauty, all the while knowing that deep below the Earth is alive with unimaginable power. Most folks come to Yellowstone for the wildlife and the scenery. They come to see the majestic bison, the elusive grizzly bears, and the breathtaking landscapes that stretch as far as the eye can see. They snap photos of bison traffic jams and marvel at the colorful hot springs. These hot springs are not just beautiful, they are a testament to the geothermal activity that lies beneath the park. Little do they know they're standing on top of one of the most potentially destructive forces on the planet. The Yellowstone caldera, a massive volcanic crater, is a reminder of the park's explosive past and its potential future. So next time you visit Yellowstone, take a moment to appreciate not just the beauty above ground, but the incredible forces at work below. It's a humbling reminder of the power of nature and our place within it. Scientists are constantly studying Yellowstone, monitoring its geothermal activity and looking for signs of any changes. They use a variety of tools and techniques to keep an eye on the supervolcano, ensuring that we have as much warning as possible if anything were to happen. So what if Yellowstone's supervolcano decided to wake up from its nap? Let's just say it wouldn't be pretty. We're talking an eruption thousands of times more powerful than your average volcano. Imagine a massive explosion that sends a towering column of ash and rock miles into the atmosphere. Not exactly the kind of fireworks show you want to see. Now, picture a superheated wave of gas and ash called a pyroclastic flow racing across the landscape at hundreds of miles per hour. This isn't your friendly neighborhood lava flow. This thing incinerates everything in its path. It's safe to say it's best to be nowhere around if this thing really starts to wake up. If you're anywhere near Yellowstone when the big one hits, well, let's just say our thoughts are with you. The immediate blast zone would be obliterated, buildings would be flattened, forests would be vaporized, and the lucky wildlife would be instantly turned into prehistoric toast. It wouldn't be a fun place to be, to put it mildly. But the devastation wouldn't stop there. A thick blanket of ash would bury everything for hundreds of miles around. We're talking feet of ash, folks. Imagine trying to find your car keys under that. Breathing would be difficult, if not impossible. And good luck finding fresh water that isn't full of volcanic grit. The fallout from a Yellowstone eruption wouldn't be confined to Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. The sheer magnitude of such an event would send shockwaves far beyond the immediate vicinity. The ash cloud, a dense, suffocating blanket of volcanic debris, would be carried by the winds, spreading its reach across the entire nation. That's right, this is a nationwide disaster in the making. Imagine the skies darkening as the ash cloud spreads, turning day into night. The air would become thick and difficult to breathe, posing severe health risks to millions of people. Hospitals would be overwhelmed with cases of respiratory issues, and the healthcare system would be stretched to its limits. The ash cloud would spread across the country, carried by the jet stream. This powerful atmospheric river would act as a conveyor belt, transporting the ash thousands of miles from its source. States far removed from Yellowstone, like New York and Florida, would find themselves under a grey, ashy sky. The sun would be obscured, leading to a drop in temperatures and a chilling effect on the climate. Cities thousands of miles away would be blanketed in a fine layer of volcanic dust. Think of it as a really, really bad snow day, but without the fun part. Instead of snowmen and sledding, you'd have to deal with the hazardous effects of volcanic ash. The fine particles would get into machinery, causing engines to fail, and electronics to short-circuit. Cleaning up would be a monumental task, requiring specialized equipment and protective gear. Air travel would grind to a halt. The ash poses a significant threat to aircraft, as it can damage engines and reduce visibility. Airports across the country would shut down, stranding travelers and disrupting supply chains. Crops would wither and die under the thick layer of ash, leading to food shortages and skyrocketing prices. Farmers would face devastating losses, and the agricultural industry would be crippled. Water supplies would be contaminated. The ash would settle into rivers, lakes, and reservoirs, making the water unsafe to drink. Filtration systems would struggle to cope with the influx of debris, and communities would have to rely on bottled water and emergency supplies. The environmental impact would be severe, with aquatic life suffering from the sudden change in water quality. The economy would take a nosedive faster than a pelican diving for dinner. The stock market would plummet as businesses shut down and supply chains were disrupted. Unemployment would skyrocket, and the government would have to step in with massive relief efforts. The financial strain would be felt for years, if not decades, as the country struggled to recover from the disaster. It would be a mess of epic proportions, the kind that makes you want to build a bunker and stock up on canned goods. People would rush to prepare for the worst, hoarding supplies and fortifying their homes. The sense of panic and uncertainty would be palpable as everyone tried to figure out how to survive in this new ash-covered world. And emergency responders would face unprecedented challenges. Coordinating relief efforts across such a widespread area would be daunting, to say the least. They would have to navigate through ash-covered roads, deal with communication breakdowns, and manage limited resources. The sheer scale of the disaster would test the limits of even the most well-prepared emergency response teams. The logistical nightmare would be something out of a disaster movie, but very, very real. Relief operations would be hampered by the ash, making it difficult to deliver aid to those in need. Shelters would be overwhelmed, and the distribution of food, water, and medical supplies would be a Herculean task. The coordination between federal, state, and local agencies would be crucial, but also incredibly challenging. The aftermath of such an event would leave a lasting scar on the nation, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human civilization. As we wrap up our exploration of the Yellowstone Supervolcano, we're left with a profound respect for this incredible natural wonder. Yellowstone captivates us with its stunning landscapes, diverse wildlife, and geothermal marvels. Yet, beneath its awe-inspiring beauty lies a reminder of the immense power contained within our planet. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, stay safe.